Here with Avery Jackson, Stars basketball season gets underway in just a couple of weeks. And Avery, what stood out the most to you as you've gone through the preseason practices?
I'd say adjusting to the new team. Last year I came in being the freshman, new kid on the block. Now we have all these new freshmen, 2 new Australians, and just kind of getting them acclimating, seeing what they can do, how good they've been so far in practices. It's been really great so far.
What's important when you're trying to mix a good group of returners with a big group of newcomers?
I'd say just the chemistry, making sure everyone gels together and just making sure we share the ball, make sure everyone's on the same page so that when it translates on court that we could be successful and win conference.
You're coming off one of the best freshman seasons in OCU history, more than 17 points a game, conference freshman of the year. What have you been working to improve upon going into your sophomore year?
The thing I've been working on the most is being a better leader, because most of the times I like to stay silent and not like expand my voice and like tell people like what they need to do and like show by example, because I'm usually just I'll do what I need to do and you figure out the rest. But this year I've been learning to talk more. I went to a PGC camp actually here end of July to expand on that and be a better leader for my team.
You guys were picked to finish 7th in the league. What kind of motivation does that give you going into this season?
Oh, it gives us a lot because we feel like we should definitely be placed higher. They don't know what we have, and that's great. It's kind of like what happened last year. They didn't know what we had, and we ended up finishing 3rd in conference. So it's not a big deal to us that we finished 7th at all in the preseason.
All right. Here with Mark Berokoff, the Stars basketball season gets underway in just a couple of weeks. And Coach, what have your thoughts been throughout the preseason practices so far?
You know, I think every year you go into a season with high expectations. I've loved every group I've had, but there's something special about this group. The team chemistry is really good. This is actually my first full team of my own guys. The last 2 years I've had other players, other guys, kids, and they've bought into our culture. But this year it's just something different about this group. The chemistry, it might be our youthfulness, but they've been a lot of fun. They've bought into what we're doing, and I've been very pleased with how everything's been going.
Anything unexpected or surprising about thus far?
You know, I think we're really young, and you have high expectations for the freshmen to come in, and they've picked up things. If that's anything that I have gained, is our freshmen have picked up things really fast. We have a really smart group. It's always tough for freshmen to come into college because everything's so much faster, and you're constantly practicing, and you've got classes, and it's not like high school. But I've been really pleased with how quickly they've picked up things and how much they've bought in, like instantly have bought in with what we're doing. So that's what I've been really excited about.
You guys are going to start the year in the Abe Lemons Classic, which is a new event for OCU. A lot of teams coming in. Tell us about the event, how it came about, and what the future might be for it.
You know, I got to thinking, there's so much history with this program, especially, the Division I history and then to the NEI history. And I just got to thinking, we've really revitalized our alumni base. That's one of the main things we worked on doing. And after talking to them and all the talk about Abe, I started looking back in the history of the program, and this event used to happen 25, 26 years ago. And I thought, why don't we do this? We've got the most beautiful arena in NAI basketball, brand new court. And it's just something we just said one day, let's go for it. And I got the blessing from Abe's daughter, Jan, who's, around the program a lot. And it's just, we put it out there and it instantly filled. And we've got some, really good teams coming in, national caliber teams. And I'm excited. I mean, to promote Abe and the campus and have people come onto this beautiful campus and see this incredible arena. I thought it's going to be great, and the basketball is going to be high quality. And I'm so excited to bring back this tournament, and especially with the history of the program and what Abe's meant to all of college basketball.
You talked about reaching out to the alumni. That's been a big push for you this offseason. I know. How's it going? What's exciting about it, and who are some of the guys you've talked to?
So I think I've probably talked to over 200, 250 guys on the phone. I text weekly. We're doing a video weekly with over 200 guys on text. We do a players-only email. If you want to talk about the history of the program, Alan Level, NBA guy, Smokey McCovery, Eric Manuel, Ernie Hill, who's the all-time leading scorer here for Division I, Binky Triplet, Cam Gray, Willie Irick, Ollie Bailey, you name it. I mean, we've talked to him. Charles Weekly, Mark Chambers. The list could go on and on. It's been exciting to hear their stories about the program. It's been exciting to learn even more about the history of the program. It's been cool connecting with the D1 guys. I had lunch with Calvin Montgomery was here, who was part of that Allen Level, Ernie Hill guard tandem, and I met Bobby Chaddick and Bobby Maples with Hugh Scott. I mean, we went to some place and ate at Earl's Ribs, and this was from like the late 70s. The program has so much history. And to get these guys excited again about the history of the program and to come back, to get Eric Manuel back in the gym. Smokey McCovery texted me the other day. He's flying in for the Abe Lemons Classic on Friday. Charles Weekly, who's the all-time three-point leader, is excited to be here. I mean, I could go on and on for hours about how the alumni base is super excited and pumped to be back, but I made it a goal of mine and to find out why we weren't getting them to the games. And now they're excited. And I think our email list has 250 plus guys on it. So I'm pumped for that. I'm excited that they're back, and alumni keep getting excited about the program.
Year 3 for you here. What does the team have to do to take another step forward in year 3?
You know, we get picked 7th again for the 3rd year in a row. We finished top 3 2 years in a row and been in the conference semifinals, and I still think we've been left out of the tournament, maybe to our own doing with some losses early in the season. Our league went very transfer heavy. I went very freshman heavy. We just made that decision. I think there's nothing wrong with what other teams are doing. I just figured let's get guys that are going to be here for 4 and 5 years and continue to build this culture. It's going to be tough. I mean, this league is very old. Some most are saying this could be one of the most talent-laced conferences we've had in a long, long time. And here comes Coach Berokoff in Oklahoma City with 18, 19, and 20-year-olds rolling out there. We have one senior. But I'm excited because we've got great chemistry, and these guys are wanting to be here for the right reasons, for the academics and for the basketball. We're going to have to play really well. I mean, there's some teams that are going to be very, very good and have a lot of D1 transfers and transfers back. And we're going to have to really play well as a team, and I think that's what's going to be our big advantage is our chemistry is so good right now.
You've got a group of 4 guys returning, Avery, Brandon, Parker, and Jack. Those are the big returners that we know about. How do you blend those guys with the newcomers that you have coming in?
It's sometimes that's difficult. This has been easy because our guys' personalities have meshed immediately. Very rare do you see guys hanging out as a team in the cafeteria or after practice they all are shooting together. And that's with the 4 guys. They've let these guys into the program and they trusted what we were doing in terms of the recruiting process. Those 4 guys had a major impact in terms of wanting those guys to come here. So they've gelled instantly. We do a thing called Wednesday night, late night lifts where they do a theme night and they, Brandon Jackson and Parker come up with themes for it. We lift at 10 p.m. and it's brought the team closer together. The 4 returners are just such great dudes. They're great guys that it's easy for new guys to come in and feel wanted and accepted because of how good of people those 4 were.